Hey, what's up, guys? It's JC. I'm back. It's been a while. It's been a few weeks. So, as you guys know, coronavirus has been taking over the headlines. I'm in Chicago, Illinois, and the state is under a lockdown, shelter at home. So, about 11 million people are told to stay at home. I'm not sure how they're going to enforce that. I mean, they did close restaurants, bars, no concerts, no sporting events, anything of that sort. I did read in the news about like a couple of house parties being broken up last night, but the cops just went there and basically told the people to go home. No tickets, no enforcement. So I think that's good. I think definitely we do have to what they call is flattening the curve, uh, flattening the rise of coronavirus. So like as you know, like we're growing exponentially right now. So 1 week ago we were at maybe like 100, maybe like 50 people in Illinois were infected, but now there's 300. I think that I saw just before I looked on this video, there's now like over 30,000 people in the United States with confirmed coronavirus. So there's probably a lot more. I think I read also that they're not even testing people. Like they have a shortage of coronavirus tests, and like if you just come in with a cold or some flu-like symptoms, they're not going to test you. So even if unless you like go to like a private company or website and you pay the $1,000 or $2,000 to get the test, you no hospital is gonna test you for coronavirus. I think they only do that if you are like basically gonna die, like you're gasping for air, your temperature's at a, whatever plus 105 or something, and you're almost ready to die. So then they'll probably test you then. So uh, other than that, I mean, I think it's a very serious thing. The stock markets are definitely taking a big dive. We had the worst week in like I think like 30 or 40 years in the stock market. Like Monday we hit a circuit breaker. I think Wednesday we hit a circuit breaker. So we've had like four circuit breakers in the last 2 weeks. I mean, a circuit breaker is when the market drops 6%. They pause. They stop the stock market trading for 15 minutes. They're trying to smoothen out the panic. So that's we've hit four of those in the last couple of weeks. So I think things are definitely at a very heightened sense of panic, and the government is I guess working this weekend to try to get a stimulus bill where they pass out checks to everyone. So I think I saw like something like $1,200 per person, maybe $3,000 per family of four. But I guess that only goes to people that make like less than so much money. I think the cutoff is like around 80,000 or 90,000 a year. So so pretty much like if you they don't they're basically saying that if you make less than this amount, we're gonna hand you kind of like a social welfare check to keep you over because more than likely you've been affected by the coronavirus. So that's for people that make more. Definitely, we are getting affected. People who make over 100,000 tend to own stocks, tend to own real estate. Um, so those things are definitely going to take a dive. Stocks are taking a dive, as I mentioned. Real estate is going to take a dive too. I mean, uh, the I just can't see like I mean how real estate is going to be sheltered in this thing because the whole benefit of living in a city of like Chicago or New York City is that you have the diversity, you have the restaurants, you have the concerts, and when all of those are shut down, what's the difference of living in New York City versus living in the middle of Iowa or something or Indiana? So it's like if you look at the price differential on a square per foot, like if someone's paying, I don't know, $300 per square foot in New York City, and they're paying $60 per square foot in Iowa. That's if everything is shut down in New York City and it's just like living in Iowa, then you're gonna see a convergence there. So I would imagine that housing prices are gonna collapse if we keep this up. They're talking about 8 to 10 weeks. That's that would be a very good best case scenario if we could flatten the curve in 8 weeks, and we get on the. So I look at a particular website that looks at how many people are been confirmed infected with corona, how many people have died, and how many people have recovered. So of course the numbers you can't trust a lot of those numbers now because the only number that you can really trust, I think, is the death number and maybe the recovered number. Like you can, but you can't really trust those numbers on a percentage basis because we're not even testing people, right? So there's if there's like 32,000 people confirmed, there's probably about 300 or 400, maybe even 1 million to 2 million people in the United States that have coronavirus. So um, they said it typically takes about 8 days for a ripple effect. So like on St. Patrick's Day in Chicago, when I saw trolleys and party buses going by, I saw people having the bars are packed. There's lines. Um, that ripple effect of having those 100 to 200,000 people partying on St. Patrick's Day about 7 or 8 days ago, it's gonna hit Chicago probably early this week to mid this week, and people they're gonna start getting sick. So they say we're about 11 days behind Italy, and Italy is they're just reeling right now. I mean, there's about like 1,000 people are dying per day there in Italy now. So and the number keeps getting bigger and bigger. So they're definitely still on the upward curve. The only one that's been able to flatten the curve, I think, is China. Mainland China has been able to flatten the curve, but that's also to be, like it's hard to trust China too because they did kick out a lot of Western reporters. They keep everything on the lockdown there. They did open up businesses and stuff like that, but the numbers could actually be a lot worse in China, but they're just hiding it from the general populace. So South Korea, I think, has a pretty open press. So that's and they do test a lot. So that's one of the countries that I look at for the stats as an indicator, and they're definitely on the uptick where I see the recovered kind of ticking up above, or they have, I think, something like 15% of the people infected are now recovered. So recovery is pretty key because that's pretty much saying that you're on the upward curve. Um, People that have been infected typically can't get infected again. I don't think so. So they did say that some people can get infected again, but typically not. I mean, if you have a virus, you build up the antibodies for a while, and you're not going to get infected typically. I mean, we still don't know a lot. I mean, we're learning a lot about this coronavirus. So, and that's day to day. So I think with that said, I mean, I think everyone here is going to get affected. So stocks, whether you lose your job, people in restaurant businesses. I know a lot of restaurants have been sort of like keeping their staff and paying them while they've been out, but other restaurants have been laying off people. So restaurants and bars and businesses alone, that's restaurants and bars. I think that's like 1/5 of our economy. So and it's definitely a trickle down effect. So I think my advice to everyone is to just really just bear down in this time. Don't spend a lot of money. I mean, I don't think you can travel, but I mean, but if, on big purchases like a big TV or even buying a house, I would not even buy a house or a condo right now. Um, any big purchases, I would just delay those because even though you think you might have a secure paycheck at your work, those things are definitely more at risk when you see a stock market take the drop that it's taken in the last week. So other than that, I wish everyone the best of care. Definitely definitely take care of yourself. Follow all the guidelines. These are uh, definitely given out with a lot of thought, deep thought. Just stay isolated, but also keep your mental health. You know, get out, do some exercise. I've been running a couple times, one time a week, one time a day, or sometimes twice a day. So just hang in there, and hopefully we can make it through. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.